These ceramic objects have something in common. They are all made of clay. But do you know there are many types of clay? For example, porcelain is made of white clay or kaolin clay. And red clay is used to make bricks, roofing tiles, flower pots, and other domestic objects. Today, we are going to see how ceramic objects are made from clay. But first, let's see how clay is collected. This pottery factory in Jurong has all the clay that it needs in its backyard. Clay collecting can be tough work. The next step is refining the clay. The clay is poured into this mixer containing water. More water is then added. After mixing for about 4 to 5 hours, the mixture, which is called clay slip, is poured out. The clay slip is then poured through a sieve to remove stones and any other unwanted materials. The next step is shaping the clay into objects. Today, we shall discuss 2 ways to do this. One way is to use ready-made molds. There are many types of molds. For example, this mold is a 3-piece mold. Molds are made of plaster of Paris. First, the pieces are put together. The joints are sealed to ensure that no clay slip will leak. Thick rubber bands are then used to hold them. Next, pour the clay slip into the mold. The mold will absorb water from the clay slip. After about an hour, a wall of sufficient thickness will be formed within the plaster. Then, pour the excess clay from the mold. The clay in the mold is left to dry for about 2 hours to make it harder. Let's see what we have made. Isn't that easy? The second way of clay shaping is throwing. Unlike molding, throwing is a hand-shaping technique. First, we have to use a clay body. Nowadays, clay bodies like these are commercially prepared, but they can also be obtained from the previous method of clay refining. First, mix the clay body by using the palms of the hands. This is similar to dough mixing. This is to ensure that air bubbles are squeezed out and the clay is evenly mixed. Once the clay body is evenly mixed, throwing can then start by first placing a ball of clay at the center of this wheel. We shall see how the rotating wheel throws clay outwards. Let's see how Mr. Lim uses his hands to control and shape the clay. It's almost finished. Look at this, the finished vase.
It really looks easy watching Mr. Lim throw this vase. Mr. Lim, can I try it? It's going out of shape. It's not staying and it's running away. Well, there it is. Well, I suppose it's not bad for a first timer, right, Mr. Lim? Mr. Lim, what is the secret of throwing clay well?
秘诀在于你必须要掌握基本的手势。
The secret is in learning the correct basic hand techniques. Otherwise, bad habits are hard to correct. But once you've mastered the technique, you will be able to create a whole range of shapes.
Well, this is indeed a very creative form of art, and I must take it up. So far, you have seen how clay is collected and shaped into different objects. In the next segment, we shall see how these clay objects can be glazed and fired.